Hi, it's Sandy here, and we are here for the full moon rose reading for the beginning of May, the 10th of May 2017. And, this is a really special day because it not only is it a full moon, but it's a full moon in Taurus, and it is also what is known as Vesak. Now, the tradition of Vesak is really special. There's a story that is told of a group that gathers in a hidden valley in the Himalayas, and they wait and they gather at a certain point in one direction in this valley, and they await for the exact time of the full moon when there is a great silence, and the Buddha appears in the midst of the valley, and he enacts a water blessing ceremony. And that energy that he brings is almost too much for the adepts and disciples that have gathered to actually hold. But this energy is then passed through to the Christ energy, where it is stepped down a level so that it can be dispensated to a thirsty humanity. So this particular moon is the most important and the most spiritual moon of the whole year. And it is said that as we align and we connect into the power of the energy, if we are clear vessels for light, if we can allow that energy to come down, that actually we can then carry that energy out in the world for the coming moon cycle. And it was seen as an absolute blessing for humanity. So, these are really just beautiful times and powerful when we have our intent in alignment with our purpose. So this whole combination of power and passion and purpose brings us ultimately to prosperity. So this is a very, very powerful portal, and I've been preparing all day here in the Rosie Temple because we have a group gathering here this evening for what would be our normal circle gathering, but of course this is a really special potential within the group this evening. So let's see what the roses have for us as an insight and an offering as we enter into this portal of the full moon, which I think is in about 5 hours. If we're talking exact, it's about 5 hours time. So it's still time to really spend time in meditation, spend time in becoming into a still place to really optimize the energies that are possible for us at this time. I mean, it really is an incredibly intense and yet transformative potential that we hold. Just this week, I've been weaving up and down my female family line, seeing what else needs to be transformed and released on this particular full moon. And actually, it was my mother's birthday yesterday. She passed away in 2005, but it's interesting that her birth son would be conjunct the sun today on this Vesak, on this full moon, and it feels to me that offers even more opportunity of healing and really being present to what we bring in this incarnation, to this nexus point, which of course is our heart field. You know, we bring in the area of self-mastery that we were seeking in this incarnation, the polishing of the diamond of the heart, if you like, and we embed into the genetic coding of the family that we birth into. So when we start to look up the lineage, we can see that, you know, particularly for us as women, if we put ourselves into our mother's womb and her into her mother's womb and her into her mother's womb, we can only go back to the Great Mother. And in that, you can see where the distortion has occurred, which has brought you the unique coding that's come down through the line, which your incarnating soul has actually wished to work with. So we bring these two energies to this beautiful place where we have the opportunity of healing the soul, the genetic lineage, but also in that same process, fully clearing and activating the aspect of the diamond of our hearts that we've come to polish. And all of the work with the roses is about illuminating the stories or the pieces that we are still working with. You know, the roses are pure love codes. They are way showers for us as to where we can work to, on an inner level, to fully activate this heart field and activate the golden flame of the heart, to live to our full potential, to be here, to be able to shine the light for ourselves and for others on the path. You know, and when we've cleared even a little bit more, we can hold our lantern up to shine even brighter, that can illuminate our path and others that are alongside us. So let's have a look and see what the roses have got in their wisdom for us today. So, are you drawn to Rose Card 1? Are you drawn to Rose Card 2? Or are you drawn to Rose Card 3? And I can see Carolyn's here and Roberta and BB, and just saying hello. It's really lovely to see you. So, if you were drawn to Rose Card 1, here she is, and she is Rose Ma 1. And she says, I am wisdom. You know, this is this place of inner resource, of really knowing that nothing that we are seeking is outside of ourselves. It is all within. And we just need to take time to come into that resource within ourselves to find the answers. You know, when we come into this alignment and we have activated this vertical axis of our being, of as above, so below, what we can do is to go up through from the crown to the soul star and to the stellar gateway, and that gives us access into Akasha, into the Akashic records, which hold all knowledge that we could ever wish for. So in that present moment, when we hold the question that we're working with, it brings a magnetic response in, so that the answers that we are seeking are received. And for some of us, we hear that as whispered messages. For some of us, we work with symbol. We work with symbolic sight. And so we only have to look at what's showing up in our world to be able to get the message and the answer to the question. And this rose has got a strong connection to sort of Athena, to Minerva. So these wisdom keepers of ancient times, you know, they were warrior women, but they went into battle with a blunted or a broken sword. They didn't work with the physical. They worked with their wisdom, their inner knowledge, and their inner sight, that insight that is truly from within, to find the pathway and the answers to the questions. So if you drew her today, if you were drawn to Rose Card 1, she is the one that's saying to you, you know, the answers are within. Yeah, that this is a case of that, you know, come back in here, and everything that you could wish for is known. This rose is one of the Rose Ma roses, the qualities of the awakened and empowered feminine heart. And when we come into that place of just even being able to breathe within, so information and guidance will come to us as we sit with the question. For, you know, if we have a question, we have an answer. So this place of the wise woman, this place of wise counsel for men too, sits on this heart solar plexus. You know, what's my gut feeling about this? And when I move up into the heart field, how do I really feel about it? You know, what's this connection to the insight that I'm getting, what my body is being able to show me here. So she's inviting you to take time to dive in, to resource within, to understand what's actually going on and where the pathway through is, where the answers are. So she's Rose Ma 5. I am wisdom. And it's a knowingness. It's a deep inner knowingness. So if you were drawn to Rose Card 2, she is Rose Angel 5. Now it's interesting that we've had 2 cards that have come up with a 5 signature on them, you know, which is very much about coming into center. And of course the rose holds that pentagram energy. You know, the 5 sepals of the rose open, and they don't open consecutively. They open as you would draw a 5-pointed star. So the rose holds pentagram geometry, and her blossom explodes in the ratio of the golden mean of a ratio of 1 to 1.61803, which is also embedded into the geometry of the pentagram. But you'll often see the roses that I show. Actually, I'll show you this one. This one, you can see the spin right in the centre of this rose. She's one of the roses from Mottes Font. And she's called Crimson Glory, actually. But anyway, I digress. So here we go. This is Rose Angel 5. And Rose Angel 5 sits on the throat, and she's one of the transformers for the 5 Magdalene wounds. And she's the one that brings us the jewel of truth, of speaking our truth, and really understanding that when we speak from the heart and we speak truth, it's received by the heart. You know, we are energetic beings, and there is a resonance. We can feel the frequency of truth when it is being spoken, both within ourselves and when we receive it from others. And so this is what this rose is saying, and she's saying there is something that's needing to be said. If you have drawn this rose today, she's calling you to really look at what it is that is waiting to be shared, waiting to be spoken of. It's like her outer petals are open, but this inner center is waiting for a release, something to be shared. So maybe you're waiting for the right time. Maybe you're waiting for a real sense of the alignment of what you're wanting to say before it can be spoken of. Is there anything else I need? No, only to say also that this rose really calls us to say, you know, when I speak, do I speak from my truth, or do I speak from habit, or do I speak from a place of a pleaser, wanting my words to have that, to acquiesce, to not be clear. And there's a sort of a muddiness around that sort of energy that, you know, we know, we can feel it. So she's asking you to be absolutely clear and know that if you've drawn this card, there's a conversation you need to have with somebody. She's calling you to be aware of the throat chakra and maybe swallowing down something when actually it needs to be spoken of. And if you chose Rose card 3, she is Rosemar 6. And Rosemar 6 is all about transformation. She says, I am transformer. And you'll see with this rose that her outer petals are very different to what is seen in the centre. And it's like coming back into this centre place all the time and being able to birth anew, letting go of the past, letting go of that which has faded or that is no longer in alignment with your absolute truth now. And we're in fast-moving times. You know, what we could say of our alignment and truth even yesterday or last week is going to have a different frequency for us now, because this is such a clear refining process that we're in, of really understanding what holds a frequency match for us now and what doesn't, and what needs to be released, what needs to be let go of. And sometimes that's, you know, that's people that we've journeyed with. Sometimes it's a pathway of our expression, our work, that no longer sits in an alignment for us. And we have to have the courage to keep coming back to this center, this evolving place where we can birth anew. We are really in a place of rebirth. And the nodal axis has just changed into an Aquarius Leo axis, and this is giving us a completely different sense of our journey here. So, you know, be prepared. If you've chosen Rose card 3, be prepared for that shift. Be prepared for change. Oh, hi Lisa. Hi Jackie. Can see little names popping up, and I'm sort of recognising some of the pictures because I haven't got my glasses on. So anyway, this rose is just calling us to really keep coming back to centre, letting the past be. The past is the past. We cannot do anything about it other than to recognise the learnings from it and take full responsibility for the part that we played in it. And also, of course, what the jewel was, what the gem, what the gold was in the experience. Because, you know, everything that we magnetise to us is going to have an aspect that is a gift, that will allow us to let go of any pain or suffering that we might have experienced through an experience or another person, so that we are continually finding the gold and really being able to harness that. You know, it's like when we've worked with the Rose Angels, we've been both mining for gold, but also for the jewels in each of the chakras that we ultimately put in our crowns. You know, these are the pieces that enable us to come into our authentic sovereign queen energy, or for our men, into their sovereign king energy. You know, the jewels are the work that we do, and they are the gems that we garner through the experience. So, the 3 roses today. I am wisdom, diving deep within to know that all that we would wish to know is within us. It's not external. There is no external security or authority save what's going on within us. And this is where our true power lies, in understanding that we are enough. You know, that place of I am enough. And she allows that wisdom to come forward as a gift when we share it with others. A gift for ourselves, but a gift when we share that wisdom and knowledge. And Rose Angel 5, and this place of there absolutely being no wriggle room. We have to come into that place of authenticity. We have to have difficult conversations sometimes. But she's saying, you know, I am open and I'm ready. And I can speak my truth. Because actually it's more uncomfortable not to speak my truth. And so many of us have had all sorts of patterns and behaviours to hide or dim our light, or in fear of, in past times, actually having put our heads above the parapet and spoken, and it really not ending too well. But this is the time when we have to have courage. And this beautiful Rosemar 6, who says, transformation is inevitable, change is inevitable, it's the only sure thing that there is. And, you know, to embrace it, to embrace the perfection of what's unfolding and let the past be. So, I hope, and thank you for all the hearts that are going across the screen. Thank you, I'm so touched. And, gosh, yeah, you know, for all of us, this has been not a necessarily an easy time to navigate. I know many of us are very, very tired. You know, I, for one, am, you know, just at times think, just how much more can I sustain in the trajectory forward? But, you know, for those of you that have followed the Rosy path with me, there has, I've got some really quite stunning roses that are coming through as an add-on to the cosmic roses, and there's a triple higher heart set which I'm just beginning to work with, and I'm so looking forward to sharing the next piece of the unfolding with you all. And what other news? I've got a rose retreat coming up at the Chalice Well in Glastonbury on the summer solstice, or close to the summer solstice. And I'm just in the process of putting a rose retreat here at the Rosy Temple for the Magdalene Feast Day on July the 22nd. And Rose 5 online starts on the 23rd of May. So that will complete this first go-round of my experience of sharing the rose classes as an online offering. And it's been an amazing journey and great learning, actually. And I'm really looking forward to having some really interesting programs to launch in the autumn with you. And yeah. So, Wesak blessings to you wherever you are in the world. And I know, Lisa and Ashley are both in the US, and BB and others of us are here in the UK. So have a wonderful evening, and just be aware of these the beautiful blessings that can come our way this evening. And have a great evening. And until next, love and rosy blessings to you. Bye for now. Oh, and Rain in South Africa. Hi, Rain. Lovely for you to join us. Thank you so much. Thank you. Bye for now. Bye-bye.